Well, hey there, welcome back to the White Farm. I've got some straw out of the barn, and we're fixing to make some silage in our silo. Been looking for a way to get this straw busted up or from bales into a loose so that we could put it into the silo. It does not accept bales, so I ended up renting this feed mixer, and so I'm dropping the bales in there. It's grinding them up, and I'm about to empty it out into the silo. You see, I do have two bales there already on the little Massey. Yes, that is a lot of weight on the front of that Massey. It's probably going to end up bending this axle. But hey, so far so good, I guess. I do have the fertilizer spreader on the back full of fertilizer, and it is working out. So it's working. Probably not ideal, but it is working. So I need to hop in the case here. First time I've really had a chance to use this tractor very much. We did take the soil samples with it, but I ended up taking it down to the shop and picking up everything. So we're going to unload the straw there, and I think while that is unloading, see, I have a couple bales already in there, some is mixing. I think I can get ready here, and once those drop out, I can put these in right behind it and keep the production going. So I do have a problem I need to get sorted out. This Massey cannot pick up a fertilizer pallet. It's too heavy for it. Ended up having to put the spreader on the back of the Massey to get that pallet off of the trailer that I had from the last episode. So you see, I've got it put over there under the shed. So I'm going to either need to get a rear weight for the Massey, or go ahead and invest in a forklift or something like that. So I hadn't decided yet. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about that. But for the time being, trying to make some silage, and we'll get hopefully a little bit of cash out of that. It'll definitely bring in much more than the straw would have on its own. So that's what I'm working on right now, trying to get that rolling. Oh, there's a wall. Oh, yeah, see there, come up off the back tires there. So yeah, just a little bit too heavy for this size tractor. And it looks like the mixing wagon actually went ahead and emptied out, so it is empty and stopped. I did do a contract between episodes. What in the world? What is that noise? Sounded like the dog was drinking water. Maybe he was swimming, I don't know. Now, that was weird. Yeah, so I did do a contract, that little fertilizing contract that was available. I made right at $4,000 for it, and that was on field 13, I believe it was. He's swimming in the water. I heard it again. What in the world? That's funny. Oh boy, got the dog swimming in the pond. But yeah, so I did the fertilizing contract, made $4,000 minus whatever fertilizer I used. I had to fill this up once, and we used I can't remember actually how much of it. So a little bit of fertilizer, probably 600-700 liters maybe for that field. So didn't make a ton off of it, but made a little bit, and every little bit helps at this point. I don't know why I backed up into the shed. Let's see if I can carry both of these without the top one falling off. If I go slow, I think I'll be okay. So yeah, I was able to do that contract. Now I have not fertilized the grass field yet. I'll end up doing that on this episode. I was going to, and then I got sidetracked working on getting this straw shredded for the silage, so that's where I'm currently at. We'll get to the fertilizing here in just a little while. I tell you, I am still really enjoying this series, working with a smaller farm. It's kind of a nice change. I like it. Oh. There we go. See if I can do this without losing that top bell. Okay, and it looks like the mixer is full, so let me go ahead and hop in the case and get the emptying started. There we go. So let me go ahead and jump in the production menu real quick. So this is the fermenter that is built into the farm. You make grass, hay, chaff silage, or straw silage. So I don't know how realistic this is. I don't know that you could take dry straw and make silage out of it. But since it's built into the farm, I'm going to try it. I may not do it for a long time. Might be something I do just to kind of get me over the hump. I do intend to make some other types of silage later on, so maybe I'll just do it this one time. Give me a little extra cash, because I am not sure that is very realistic. If you know in real life, let me know in the comments, please. I'm not familiar with making silage from dry straw. Alright, so we still have a lot more bells in here to go. I'm not going to do all of this shuffling on this episode. I'll do some of it between episodes, because it does take a little bit of time. And I know you guys don't want to sit and watch me move bells for 20 minutes. We'll go ahead and get this last load into the mixer, and that'll at least give a good start. Alright, let me see where we're at. Alright, so 10,000 in there is emptying out now, so we'll let that do that really quick. And then I'll shut off the tractor here, because we're not going to use it right away. And so back over here to the production menu. So we have right at 60,000 liters in the fermenter. So it's a 1-for-1 ratio. We should end up with what's in there, 60,000 liters of silage. That sells for way more than the straw. So that will be actually a really good deal. So what I'll do between episodes, I'll move the rest of those bales over. I don't know if I'll put all of them in the fermenter. I may leave some of the straw bales in the shed for us to use for bedding or feed mixing or whatever later on. Or I may move them all. Who knows? But right now, I'm going to go on over here and get this grass field fertilized. Now this fertilizer spreader does 18 meter width, I believe. Let's double check that. 10 meters. So it's not very big. It doesn't do anything crazy like some of them out there, but it seems to be very realistic. Everybody's used one of these spreaders on the back of a tractor, And so it works out really well. And as a matter of fact, it appears that the grass may be good. I may not even need much fertilizer. Let's turn this on here. Let me turn it off and let's see. So, yeah, 105 is where the nitrogen is currently at, and that is showing as perfect. If we go over here to the precision farming menu, we'll go over to the nitrogen. So 105, I mean, it's pretty good, maybe a little low in some spots. I'll continue around the field and just see what we end up with. See if there's some areas that maybe need a little bit more than others. I don't know. I know grass doesn't take a ton of fertilizer, nothing like corn. It takes a little bit, but not a ton. Well, it may be good, folks. I'm not seeing it try to spread any right now, so it actually may be good on nitrogen. I wish I'd have known that before I spent the money on a pallet of fertilizer and this spreader, because I may have not even needed it. Oh man. Yeah, it's not distributing this anywhere in the field, so I think we're good. I actually think we're good. We'll just go on around this edge here just to make sure we don't get into anywhere we need it, but it's not looking like we do. Yeah, I think we're good. Wow, that was rather anticlimactic. That just, it's like a dud activity. Well, that figures. I had something planned for the episode, and I didn't need to do it. Didn't need to do it. Well, there's one other thing that I would like to do on this episode. We're gonna pull this back in the shed here. Actually, you know what? I don't think it'll fit, so you know what? I'm just gonna leave it right here. I'll get this cleaned up later. So something I've been thinking about too is I need multiple sources of income. So I do have the little gardens back here making the strawberries. We have the jam production going. We now have some straw going in the fermenter that we could sell. We have the chickens. Now the chickens I bought were adults, and they're all good. If we go over here to the menu, we see that they're growing or getting through their reproduction cycle. Their productivity is 100%, and they're making eggs, and that's all fine. But I think what I want to do is buy some more chickens. And this time, instead of buying the adults, we're going to buy the baby chickens. And the reason is because I want to grow them up and then sell them. Now we've got the hens there in the pen currently that are producing eggs for us. They're full grown. But I want to grow some chickens and then turn around and sell them for a profit. They won't make any eggs for us, or shouldn't. They won't be old enough. But we're gonna pretend that they're basically meat chickens, and we're gonna sell them for meat. And that way, maybe in a month or two in game, I'll be able to sell some chickens and make a little bit of money that way. And that may be a good activity to do during the downtime over the winter. And while I'm doing that, talking to you about everything I'm doing or wanting to do, I can't haul chickens on the flatbed trailer. I don't know how many of you may have been screaming at the screen, you dummy, you're pulling the flatbed. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness it's not very far down here to the farm. So yeah, that's what I want to do is get the chickens. I think I'm going to get a full trailer load. I think it holds 76, somewhere around there. And that will be what I turn around and sell in a few months. Chickens are pretty cheap at a young age. think they get up to about $25 once they're mature. Don't know that we'll go to full maturity. We'll have to see how long it takes and everything, but anyhow, I think that'll be a good plan. Eventually, I do want to get some cows and some pigs on this farm, but yeah, don't really want to get them just yet. Well, I do, but I don't know that I have enough to feed them. That's the problem. Probably could get going with some cows if I wanted to. The pigs we could get, but we wouldn't have everything they need. So I could buy some pig food, feed them that way, I guess. Alright, we're back up here. I am so sorry about that. I could have edited it out, but it didn't take but just a moment. Oh, so they're actually $5 a piece, so okay, it's $5, and I think we can get 70 something, so we'll buy the first 60. Yeah, so we can get 16 more of them. Oh, did I get the young chickens? I hope so. I sure hope so. Alright, 16 more. So, very minimal cost there for the chickens. I tell you, the brakes on this XJ is pretty good. If you stomp on the brakes, it will stop. I'll demonstrate. They're good, really good brakes. Of course, all them chickens just got smashed up against that front wall. I think what this will do, I'm sure they'll go through a little bit more feed now, but we have plenty in the silo. I think we'll be okay with feeding the chickens. And the pen holds quite a bit, so I'm not having to feed them every day. They've got the feeding silo here, so it goes pretty good, or at least holds them off pretty good. Now, once the pen is full of chickens, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Alright, so let's see. Chickens, let's move. We can't move more than 60 at a time. That's strange. Alright. Okay, so now if I go over to the chicken menu, or the animal menu. So we have the 60 originals that we bought, the adults. And we have 76 babies. So we gotta let them grow. Gotta let them grow. I think that'll be a nice little bonus income. May not be a lot, but it might just be something for a rainy day. Sometimes, you know, I'm recording this series. I'm trying to take it slow. I'm trying to include you guys with a lot. I don't want to play a lot between episodes, and then you come back and, oh, I've magically got all this equipment and bought all this land. You know, I want you guys to kind of experience it with me. So, you know, things do seem like they're going a little slow for me, but I'm okay with it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this process. We're not getting a ton done on each episode, but we're getting a little bit. It's kind of just pecking away at it little by little. You know, I don't want to do a bunch of edits and have, you know, go from planting and harvesting all in one episode. We're trying to just work through these steps pretty slowly and get it done. So it's working out. I think it's going to work. This right here, I think it's going to be the ticket. I think that's going to be the ticket, because having some silage to sell will help me out tremendously. Hopefully I can make it until then. I'm at 21,000. Let's just take a look real quick. Don't think there's, yeah, we have the potato harvest, which would be really nice to do because I could get some leftover potatoes for the pigs, but I don't have the equipment for it. So that is a problem. Let's see, I think I'm going to park this right. Oh, you know what? I need to leave it on there because I need the weight. So what I need to do, I need to continue moving these bales over. We'll get that done, and maybe look for another contract here, or maybe get a piece of equipment that we can do another contract with, because it's kind of nice to be able to buy equipment with the money you make off a contract. Keeps the bank account happy. So that's what I'll do, is I'll continue moving these bales over. The fertilizing was a bust, although it was a good thing. I didn't have to use the fertilizer if I didn't need to, so that's good. Just wish I'd have known that before buying it. But either way, the contract for the most part paid for the spreader and the fertilizer, so it's all good. Basically, we did another contract and another piece of equipment for free. So I guess that works out. And as far as leasing this grinder here, that'll well pay for itself once we get the silage. So that's not a big deal at all. So anyhow, I think that will do it for this episode. I'll go ahead, continue on with this. We'll bring you back in once I find another task for me to do. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to click that thumbs up button if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you hadn't. A lot of you have in the past week or so, and I am thankful for that. We'll see you back here very soon.